Good evening, everyone. This is Yoga Chikitsaka, Yogacharya, Dr. B. Sundaram, Director, Yogakshemam, Yoga Therapy Education and Research Institute, Pondicherry, India. Dear sisters, brothers, friends, gems of doctors in the Postgraduate Institute for Medical Education and Research, PGIMER, and all around our beautiful Mother Earth. I welcome you all. Thanks to my mother and my father, late Sri A. Batmanabhan Pondicherry, for bringing me to the Mother Earth and for teaching letters, numbers, and yogas. I humbly worship their feet. I thank Dr. Akshay Kumar, PGI MER, for accepting me to appear again and explore how yoga is different from exercises in detail in 15 minutes. I thank all the participants for being with me in this exploration. I thank Ms. Pooja and Sri Kalyan for their coordinations. Now, coming to the topic, how yoga is different from exercises. Asanas and exercises. Before going to that, we should know what is yoga. Yoga has started as a philosophy, and it has got different branches like Hatha Yoga, purifying the body, strengthening it, and then realizing the ultimate. This Hatha Yoga has become the prerequisite for the Ashtanga Yoga or Raja Yoga. We also have many yogic paths. Among them, I would like to give three more very important paths. They are Karma Yoga, work for the work's sake, work for the welfare of the society, love your job, not the remuneration. That will come automatically. Work for the work's sake with detachment. You should never get attached. Everything should be in your control. Control means not possessing everything. Selflessness, Karma Yoga. Bhakti Yoga, loving the Almighty. Jnana Yoga, the philosophical path. And we human beings, we have not left anything unspoiled. We also have dog yoga, naked yoga. I don't know whether these things come under the traditional ones. Okay. Yoga is self-realization. That is the ultimate aim of any yogic path. Yoga cannot be compared with just that exercise. It will be like comparing an elephant with the tail of a rat. In the yoga, I take a particular yogic path, Hatha Yoga, and in that Hatha Yoga speaks about asanas, mudras, bandhas, pranayamas, concentration, dhyana, all these things are coming in Hatha Yoga. Garanda Samhita will say your body is like the earthen pot. To keep it strong, we have to fire it with the yogic fire. In this Hatha Yoga, there is a segment called asanas. This asana can be compared with our exercises. Okay, what is an exercise? Exercise is a physical activity. It is just a physical activity that is planned. Today I am going to do the push-ups, and for the arms, shoulders, for the upper body, we plan. If we don't plan, we may fail. We have to plan to succeed. If we fail to plan, we will also fail ultimately. This will get applied in all the walks of life. Planning is very important. It is planned, structured on alternate days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will do for the upper body. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I will do the exercises for the lower bodies. So like that, I will have the structure, repetitive. You take a dumbbell. If you want to make your biceps become large, you have to repetitively, you have to like this, you have to flex, straighten with the weight you have to do, and it draws abnormal blood supply. It is planned, structured, repetitive for the purpose of conditioning any part of the body. You can choose any part of the body. If you want to strengthen your thighs, you will be doing squats. You will squat. If you want to progress in that squatting, you will increase the weight. Exercise imposes a beneficial stress on the body. Yes, I agree. We have to agree. It gives a beneficial stress on the body. Stress, it should be a good stress. We should not dream of enjoying absolute comfortability always. As a room contains windows and doors, we should give the body in the 24 hours, maybe for 10 minutes, 30 minutes, some absolute stress that will strengthen your muscles, involving contraction of these muscles. Muscles don't know how to stretch by themselves. Without it, without the exercises, the muscles waste, the bones become weak, insulin insensitivity can occur, and the ability to meet the physical demands of sudden activity is lost. Suppose somebody pushes me on the ground. If my muscles are strong, if my arms are strong, I can escape. I can save my face before my face goes to the floor to dash. So muscular strength also is required. In exercises, muscles receive extra blood supply at the expense of the other organs. Exercises have a generalized effect on the glands and organs and tend to arouse the sympathetic nervous system. It tires the nervous system. Exercises, games, and sports require greater amount of time. They require greater amount of time. You cannot finish in 1 hour 15 minutes. The loosening movements, warm-ups, Surya Namaskar, asanas, pranayama, meditation, if you want bandhas with mudras, all these things you cannot, all these things in yoga can be completed in 1 hour 15 minutes as you wish. You can have your own proportions. But exercises, you cannot give the workouts to all the body, because one wants to give the workouts for the calf muscles, then thighs, then hamstrings, then gluteus muscles, lower back, upper back, pectorals muscles, shoulders, then triceps, biceps, neck. So to these different muscles, the one who goes to gym, he will spend a lot of time. Muscles are brought into play during contraction and strengthened. You contract the muscles with a load, thereby you strengthen and make these muscle cells grow in the, it is called hypertrophy. In yoga, we make the muscles grow in a natural way. The fast movements imply excessive muscular tension. When we do the exercise, we will be advised, yes, we have to tense the muscles. You have to keep the time and the tension is very important when you are doing the exercises. So far we have seen about the exercises. Now I am going to see about yoga. Yoga is the state of union between two opposite poles. It is a state of union between two opposite poles, Shiva and Shakti. Shiva, consciousness; Shakti, energy. We are fusions. We are all different manifestations of the same supreme consciousness. We try to unite, join this consciousness and energy. Body and mind, individual and universal awareness. Yoga is the process of uniting opposing forces in the body and mind in order to realize the spiritual essence of being. Spiritual essence of being. We need to realize this. Then I would like to say something about prana. Prana is the vital energy force sustaining life and creation. It permeates the whole of creation and existing in both the macrocosms and microcosms. Chakra is the pranic or psychic center in the subtle body responsible for the specific physiological and psychic functions. Asanas, Patanjali defines Sthira Sukham Asanam. In English, steady and comfortable should be the posture. You can see this definition in Yoga Sutra, chapter 2, verse 46. Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it defines, it says about asanas. Asanas make one firm, free from maladies and light of limb. You will feel the yogic practitioners will feel the lightness in their body. When we go to the gym regularly, we will feel the heaviness, and you can see that they are losing the flexibility. Asana is a specific yoga posture used in Raja Yoga, a physical posture in which one is at ease and in harmony with oneself. In Hatha Yoga to channel prana. That's why I explained what is prana earlier. Hatha Yoga to channel prana, open the chakras and remove energy blocks. Hatha Yoga uses asanas to remove energy blocks. Asanas bring out a state of equilibrium in the body. Equilibrium. Yoga's main aim is to give us balance. Asanas are techniques which place the physical body in positions that cultivate awareness, relaxation, concentration, and introversion. We try to divert everything towards the center of your heart. Part of this process is the development of good physical health by stretching. When you do the asanas, it stretches some parts of the body, some muscle fibers are getting stretched, massaging, stimulating the pranic channels and internal organs. Internal organs and pranic channels are stimulated. Asana can be complementary to exercise. Asana can be complementary to exercise. exercise cannot become a complementary to yogic asanas because we get special benefits while doing the asanas. Asanas are not a type of exercise. Asanas are to be considered as postures and a state of being. Certain postures of the body are revealed by the great rishis and munis. It is coming from your, every one of which is directly related to the energy flows in the body. Each particular posture stimulates certain glands in the endocrinal system. We should generally concentrate on spinal postures that tone the dormant psychic centers. I told you about the chakras. Actual purpose of yoga is not building the body, improving the blood circulation, and increasing oxygen supply to the lungs. These are all the side effects, side benefits. Effects of asanas on body differ to effects of exercise. In yoga postures, consumption of oxygen is minimal. When you do the exercise, you will consume more oxygen. Respiration reduces. The body cools down. In exercises, these things happen in opposite way. Metabolic rate slows down. Blood supply remains even. Blood pressure remains balanced. Practitioners of yoga need a subtle amount of food. Yogasanas have specific effect on glands. Positively after the sympathetic or parasympathetic balance in the nervous system. It positively alters the sympathetic or parasympathetic balance in the nervous system. Many people will say yogic practices make domination in the parasympathetic nervous system. It balances. Yogasanas have a specific benefit which exercises cannot give. I already told you. Yogasanas do not require extra things and take little time. Yogasanas, they take little time, and you don't require many extra things. Strengthening effects of asana. Garanda Samhita, chapter 1, verse 10 says that through Shat karmas, purification of the body is achieved. In exercises, we are not purifying. Asanas, firmness. Mudras, it gives the steadiness. Pratyahara, by pratyahara, through pratyahara, passions is achieved. There is a subtle relationship between attaining physical and mental health. Strength through asanas after purification through shatkarmas. Asanas are more effective than exercise. In asanas, the muscles kept relaxed with practice. When you are doing the asanas, we should learn to keep the muscles relaxed. Not as in the exercise. We will tense. We will think of keeping the muscles under tension. Time under tension, they speak like this. In asanas, the muscles are stretched by assuming various body positions which automatically apply an elongation to particular muscles. Some parts are stretched. This elongation, this is very important point. This elongation squeezes out stagnant blood and allows it to be replaced by pure oxygenated blood when the muscle resumes its normal shape. A role of dynamic and static asanas in sadhana. The object of asana is to conserve energy. While doing exercise, we spend our energy. Even dynamic asanas are done very slowly. Asanas aim to slow down breathing rate, thereby improving the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide in the lungs, as well as inducing mental tranquility. While doing exercises, we cannot expect mental tranquility. Muscular control is essential feature and is an aim of asanas. It's an aim of asanas. Muscular control is an essential feature. During slow movements, it is possible to relax the maximum number of muscles that are needed for improvement, that are needed for movement. Importance of stillness in static postures. When you are in the posture, you would like to keep the posture still. And when you are still in the posture, when you are doing the Shashankasana, you can concentrate more. You can reduce the mental tension, you will become relaxed mentally and physically. According to yoga, there are three types of glands: endocrine, exocrine, and energy system. When a yoga posture is maintained for a particular period of time, then 1, 2, or 3 blocks of endocrine, exocrine, and energy systems are removed. Therefore, it is not only concentration that matters, but also position. In exercise, we don't think about the position. We have the target outside. In yoga, you have the target inside. I have come to the end of the program. May all beings be happy here. May all live in will. May all see the light benign. May none ever meet with love. Sarvetra sukhinas santu. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kasyat dukkham apnuyat. Thank you so much, one and all, for the opportunity you have given me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you all.